They may take our lives, but they'll never take our bitcoins! Each and one of you, look at me in the face right now. Don't let them ever take your Bitcoin out of your cold dead hands. They'll never get my Satoshis. Never. Never. Are you ready for the greatest show in all of cryptocurrency with the cryptolifer? For the monthly candle close, the weekly candle close, are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Let's get it in. Let's go, baby. Let's go. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our Satoshis! Do you hear me? You banking parasites! Hold! That is bullish. That close above the 200-day moving average is bullish on the weekly. 200-week. Oh my gosh, that is a bullish shine for Bitty Bitcoin. Can we hold the line is the question. I'll see you in 9 minutes and 28 seconds. We will break it down every single second. The weekly candle, the monthly candle, and the big boy. Support and resistance.
We collide, we break down, caving in to our doubts, faces filled.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me. 150 likes. I tell you what, if I didn't get 150 likes, I wasn't showing up tonight. No, I'm just messing around, but it was cool to see that we hit the 150. Let's get that crack. Can we get the crack? Ooh, what a nice sound, right? Shout out to each and every one. I am driving a spin drift, usually a little out of touch with me, but I just got home from a 3-hour drive from Vermont. Vermont was beautiful. Had to see the beautiful, beautiful mountains of Vermont. Went up to Killington. Went to the top of Killington. Looked out over and just cleansed my soul. It was unbelievable. So, one of the first streams ever where I won't be drinking lemon water. I apologize for that. Who wants to see the pictures? I could share some amazing pics with you. This one is just the best, I think. A couple of them are absolutely just ridiculous. So, but again, I don't know if I want to save the time. People want to see what's going on. You know what? I don't really care. I care more about Bitcoin right now. I want to talk about Bitcoin. All right? Let's break down Bitcoin in the weekly and the monthly and the weekly and the monthly and the weekly. And look, I kind of want to just go back and forth. All-time history index here. Look at that great TA, huh? A loop and a circle with an eye in it. Just nail it. No. Let's take a look at the monthly. I mean, first green monthly candle in 3 months. So, pretty interesting. Also, we're starting to get a rounded bottom here for the monthly. Where we kind of figure out our bottom here. It finally says enough is enough. We may have a little more dippage, but it's really usually not that much more to go. However, let's break it down tonight for Bitcoin and the weekly and the monthly candle close. Let's get it in. And look, as the weekly turns green again here, right as I did that, the weekly turned green. You saw that the energy. Are we pushing the weekly candle close to be green the next weekly? You never know. Let's bring that music down. Let's get into the charts. Let's talk about the weekly candle for Bitcoin. It was a beautiful weekly candle. This is when we just look at the weekly candle for a second. We take it in, we reassess, we get ready for the week ahead, everybody. We have a big week of trading ahead. We have so much opportunity that can prevent itself. Let's see where the cookie crumbles. Let's see where opportunity lies. I think by doing this live screen share every Sunday night, we get a good preparation on what's happening and where we are in the market. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 372 people on the live, 209 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so look, when we take a look at Bitcoin here on the weekly close, and you're going to see OHLNC up here. We're going to park on this. We're going to see we opened at 22,583. The high was 24,666. The low was 20,715 on the dot. And the candle would close at 23,307 and 44 cents, up $724 on the week, up 3.2%. Pretty interesting, right? So that's Bitcoin's weekly close. All right, and that's kind of what happened. You can see we went up. We came down. We have a bit of an indecision doji candle, all right? What happens in the next week is going to tell us a lot. However, look, we broke this level. I mean, you can see right now, the weekly had support right here. Made support again at this zone. And is clearly well above the zone on the way to the next resistance point for the weekly. Also, as I keep saying, when you leave a high volume area, it's likely you head to the next high volume area. I would not be surprised if we saw Bitcoin up into the $28,000 to $30,000 region based on this hypothesis and this hypothesis alone. Simple. Make it simple, keep it simple. There's another thing that's glaring me in the face on this chart. It's important. What is it? Well, It's the beginning of an era. It's the beginning of a move. It's the beginning of us getting above the 200-week moving average. You know, the 200-week right there. The 200-day on the weekly, technically. And we're above it. The yellow line, you can see once we break below it, that's bear market territory. You can see every bear market we ever had, we fell below it, at least for a little bit. And we got to go to the BTC USD and look at the all-time history index to get the most effect out of this chart. So here we go again. We touched it. We usually don't even go that much lower than it. That was surprising for a lot of people. People thought when we touched it, it would have been the bottom. But again, it is what it is. We dipped a lot lower than people thought, honestly, you know. Here we barely dipped it, and just touching it is the bottom. So many times the bottom is when we just touch this indicator. Just lightly tap it. Never mind go lower than we did and did a dang deep dive with scuba gear for this puppy. So look, I mean, look how low that is. But we are back, baby, back above the 200-day moving average on the weekly. The 200-week, whatever you want to call it, we're back, baby, back. Now, again, we got to get above this on the daily to really even consider ourselves bullish at all. That's the beginning of a real bull run, is when you get above the daily. However, it starts on the 4-hour before it even gets to the daily. The 4-hour will break above first, then the daily will break above. So I'm always keen watching the 4-hour. Anything too early, yes, it is the beginning of a catalyst, like the 1-hour broke above, but it goes up and down all the time, even in a bear or bull market, so don't worry about that. You're really more keen on the 4-hour. When you're in a bull market, the 4-hour will be well above the yellow line. I'm using CBC 5MA or 5MA, and then put the 21. You can go to the 5MA, right? Up here, go to indicators, type in 5MA, bang, or put CBC 5MA, which would have all the colors for you, you know? But if you want to design it yourself and learn that way, which is fun, make the first one the 21, the second one the 50, the third one the 80, the fourth one the 100, the fifth one the 200. Style. First one is white, second is red, pink, purple, this guy right there, then blue, down at the bottom, and then a nice yellow, all right? I even hit it with a dot, sometimes a little bigger. It's too thick, that's good enough. All right? And everything else the same. 59 seconds, 59 minutes, 24 hours, 366 days, 52 weeks, 12 months in the range, all right? And there you have it. And what that gives you is the 5 moving averages ready to go at your fingertips, all right? It's nice. It's what you want, all right? It's what you want, baby. It's what you want. You want the gains. You want the gains. You want the gains, baby. Sorry. Just a little crazy on a Sunday night, getting ready for the week ahead. So what is happening to Bitcoin? What do I see? Where are we? What is going down? Well, we got a couple of levels to look at for sure, all right? We could be making a giant bear flag and dumping to the downside. I want to make that very clear. Everyone's all bull, 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 bull. I could still see an $8,600 Bitcoin, and I would not bat an eyelash. I just want to make that very clear. That is possible. I say it's highly unlikely based on the pi cycle bottom, based on the 800-day moving average moving through the 100 and the 50 like I've shown. If you haven't seen it before, has everyone seen the 800-day moving through the 100 and the 50? Who hasn't seen it? Let me know in the comments. I need to know what people have or haven't seen. I want to know how many new people are on the channel. If you're new, let me know. Put a thumbs up in the comment section if you've never been on the stream, or if you're new to the stream, you haven't seen a lot of the big ideas. Have you seen our pi cycle logarithmic chart? Have you seen it when I break down Bitcoin from its beginning to its end, where it is, the halvings, and what's happening? I want to know who you are, what you're doing. Let me know who you are. I want to get to know you. Tell me a little bit about who you are. Are you new to the channel? Are you new to the channel? Are you new? What do you know? What do you don't know? Haven't seen it. My second stream. Haven't seen it. New. Semi-new. I joined your channel 2 days back. Okay, wow. 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 We got a lot of noobs in the game. New lifers. I love you, lifers. I love the newbies. Shout out to all the new lifers in the game. A lot of new people on the live. Not new, but I've not seen it. Okay. Made $500 on your 2 trades. Amen, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 1-year subscriber. I didn't know anything but the fact of my own ignorance. Shout out to a dingo, ate my Satosh. Shout out to Gina Bombita in the house. Gina, how was dinner? Could you send me some seconds? I love sloppy seconds. East Jordan. Shout out to Chris Ray. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to Fidel, my man. Dude is bigger than a, oh my God, he's like you don't want to, like he's just, I'm just sorry. But he's that's what he is. Shout out to Gina again. I have to. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate my moderators who show up tirelessly every single day, just like I do. And you know what? It's awesome to have the dedication and the love that I see. Shout out to Stack. I love you, Stack. Grinding hard every single day. Shout out to CC in Ireland. I'm throwing you in there, man. You've been a mom for a while. You're here at every I love you, brother. I believe that's Owen, but I could be wrong. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to Brian Shrimp. My man. My man, Brian Shrimp, man. You've been with me since day one. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I'm always with you. I do your promo, baby. CC, crypto billionaires, new to the group and loving it. God bless everybody. Shout out to my new internet provider in the Biden. Oh, come on. Mark V. G-Day. We don't do any of those, any shout outs to either side. We're the blockchain party here. We're going to go for president. Who wants to be the VP? Shout out to Michael Miller in the house. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to the GOATs. Shout out to all my team. Love the shirt. Thank you, man. I'm down 100. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm down 100. Sammy for president. Sure, why not? You're down 100 on your own trade. I make no calls. I just simply show technical analysis. That's it. I do not make a call. I don't even know what a call is. I just know how to look at Bitcoin. All right. So what's happening with Bitcoin? Well, I see the beautiful 4-hour down, ready to move, honestly. Yes, I see a shoulder, head and a shoulder. Okay. And yes, that's, threatening to be a dump easy. At the same time, the bears had this whole time to dump. This whole time for the 4-hour to come down on you, and it made a measly flag. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm not guaranteeing anything, but when the stochastics dump all the way down and do a double dump down here, and all you get is a mini flag here, usually means that you're going to the upside not too long from now. Again, there's no guarantees, but a lot of times it means you are going to the upside because the stochastics had all this time to go down. And look, we're right above this notch here. This notch was always something on my mind. This area here had to get above it, had to get candles to close above it. We had to get a higher high above the zone on the 4-hour. We did get a candle to close above it. I don't care if it redded right after. This 4-hour candle would close above this candle. It is what it is, baby. Eat my shorts. We made a higher high for Bitcoin. Yes, this is a shoulder. This is a head. This is a right shoulder. However, what I also want to show you is this possibly could have been this, and this was the dump. That was your measured move, and we could have meant a little worse than we did, but we kind of went halfway. And the head and shoulder kind of already played out. That's a concept that you may not have thought about. I'm just kind of throwing it out there for you just to keep it in your mind, in your head. All right. So if you leave a pattern, I play as if you're back inside the pattern. So in my mind, you're just still in a flag. You're still in a bit of a flag here. Bitcoin doing its thing. Went up, went right back in. Let's see what's going down. I mean, we are seeing a bit of a diamond forming now, as we saw before, in my humble opinion. Let me show you. If you don't know what the diamond is, stay tuned. Let's do a diamond together. Let's hold hands and do the diamond. No, I'm just... You don't have to hold hands. We can just, But look, I mean, this is a possible diamond forming. What comes in comes down the diamond and gets spit to the downside. All right, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Take a deep breath, please. All right, there's also some ideas that I believe are going all the way up here. 26,900. All right, 27K is a new measured move. We haven't been able to do something like that in a while. That's a big deal. That is a big deal to me. All right. From New York, and I work in construction. I just joined the trading group this week and couldn't be happier. More of a long-term holder and not much of a trader. Thank you, Sam. And for all the lifers, shout out to Joker, man. I love you with the $10 super chat. Hey, man, it's a great place to be. Even if you just want to if you don't want to pay $99 dues to be in a crypto club. At the end of the day, some people just get that much out of it. They have a group to talk about. They have, someone that they feel connected to, and they have a positive spirit to be around, positive group of people. If you use my group just for positive mindset, which some people do, you know what I'm saying? I think it works, it's unreal. But, the testimonials I get every day are unbelievable. They're unbelievable. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Everyone, you got to hit the likes for me. I love you all. I love the super chats. I appreciate all the love and the support, but you got to hit that like button. If you hit the like button, we get 500. We got 800 people on the live. And it's going to be you. You people made the stream. I didn't get here because, I got here because I showed up every day. But if none of you showed up every day, then I wouldn't have showed, it just wouldn't have worked. So I got here because of each and every one of you. So I need each and every one of you to continue to do your part. Hit that like button for the lifers. Get us to where we need to be. Position us to the next move, which you've been doing. You beautiful people have gotten me to the next level, and you're going to get us to the next 50K, 100K. We're going to $1 million. We're going to make $10 billion. We're going to create a lifer foundation. We're going to amass $10 billion, and we're going to give away 9. That's the plan. If you want to be a part of it, then I would love it if you hit that like button, because that's the first step, baby. But we're going to do there. That's the goal of this channel, to change 100 million lives, to give away $9 billion, maybe to change 1 billion lives with that, So let's change 1 billion lives on this earth. Let's do something different. Let's break the mold. Let's push forward at the speed of light. Money is just a tool that we can use to help others. Let's never get greedy about it. Let's just let it come to us, and then let us give it away. Let us become a vessel for movement. Shout out to each and every one of you. I love you all. Thank you for being here. All right? I'm Jason Kasper's Crypto Discord paid group. Getting a bit tired of the clicks. Had to get help. He does post setups though. Does the lifer group give any ideas or setups? We teach you like an entire idea of how to trade. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything about him. Jason Kasper's the nicest dude in the world. I love him with all my heart. He's the man, dude. Great dude. Love his channel. And, we have different trading styles, of course, but I love his channel. I love what he represents, and I love who he is. I have nothing but beautiful things to say about that man. He's also a beautiful man. So it is what it is. The lifer group is all honesty. Been skiing in Killington. I used to go there when I was a kid all the time, till I went to New York and, struggled through my years. Wasn't so easy for me to go skiing, But when I was younger, living under mommy and daddy's roof, it was easier, right? Of course. But as I got older, it got harder. And honestly, just busier. You get your 2 weeks a year. I take them to go, out to the beach or whatever, It's like, I couldn't take that corporate life, man. And I didn't even work a corporate life like 2 weeks a year. I would work once I broke out of that, I started becoming like a freelancer. But then you get 8 months of work, 9 months of work, you're looking for work, 3 months here. It was back and forth, man. I eventually made a good living, but I wasn't running the show, and that just wasn't going to work for me at one point, So we do have a head and a shoulder to watch out for. However, I kind of put out an idea that maybe it already kind of did its thing, in my humble opinion. The 4 hours ready to move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing there. And it's holding above this beautiful support line, which resistance, bounce, and resistance, bounce. So previous resistance, little wick there, wick here, and some scramble, and a bounce. So, and we're getting the green candle bounce here. Also, very bullish. I showed you that we got above the 200 on the weekly. It's an extremely bullish sign that we're above that yellow line. I'm telling you right now, that's huge. Huge. Okay? I just need to make that very, very clear. There's a bunch of other things in play here. There's 8. I have a count of 6 indicators that all claim that we've bottomed already. 6 big boys that have given us a bottom for Bitcoin. However, I can't guarantee it, and I'm always going to keep some money on the sidelines in case we go to 10K, right? This could be a bear flag, and it does have a measured move down to 9,200, 8,600 even. So there's a chance, there's a chance, all right? But, we never hit this 200 weekly or whatever you would call it on the 2-week move, on the 2-week chart. But the yellow moving average here, that's just... We've never hit it. Do we fall to it this time into this batch of liquidity? We do have a big POC here, but look, we also have this that held so nicely. POC is down here, though, at 9,400. All right. The VPVR is the volume on the right, or VRVP, however you want to call it. If you want to learn indicators, take the beginner's course. I do a course every single week. That's the thing about my group. My group is really aligned because of the course and because of my daily constant teaching. I think my group is just really centered and aligned. You have so many people that are centered and aligned. I think it's faster for people to pick up things, faster for people to start moving. Quick TA on Cardano. Shout out to Alex Papa. Let's do some quick TA on Cardano for my man. But I am still stuck on a Matic trade. Down a little bit, but I'm in Matic. I like Matic here. If you can hold the line, just like Bitcoin, resistance. Now, if it breaks that line, I would leave the trade, look for a bounce. Maybe they're looking for liquidity, right? Right now, Matic is in kind of a flag, a bull flag here. It's a funky pattern, though. I will give it that. Let's take a look at Cardano, ADA, USDT. Okay. I mean, looking like Bitcoin a lot. We put it in this flag the other day, like it would pump to the upside. It would go down. It would never actually hit a stop loss. If you know, eventually it would kind of pump. You know, measly 10%, 7%. A lot of fight for no grit. A lot of grit for no love. Really, you don't get a lot of love out of that. Let me take a look here at Cardano. First thing I like to do is double click here. All right. I like to look at it on the daily before I touch anything. I look at it on the daily, everybody. Just bear with me. And yes, there's your VPVR, but I honestly just look at price action. It should line up pretty nicely with it. And I hit Alt T, or you can even hit Alt J. I like Alt J a little more because it adds a nice actual label there on the base, you know, in my column. You can fib that, but I'll tell you right now, it's like a 786 to an 886, so it's almost pointless for me to fib it. But if you're an OG, you don't need to fib certain things, but you can fib it for extensions, and you can also fib it for areas to take profit on the next swing. But look, see the 886 retracement, and you're right above it, you know. And honestly, if I look at this real close, yeah, to me, you're basically about to hit the 886, which is a full-blown retracement. That's what you're supposed to do, is 88%. So to me, Cardano did its thing. Like, that would be the bottom for Cardano at 52 cents. No lie. So not bad for Cardano. I got in at 2 cents, still holding a 25x on some positions. I mean, that's pretty outrageous. So, and then you want to look at the big picture. The big picture is you have a bottom trend line that's held so far, and then you have a top trend line that you would like to break above, right? Could say that you did break it already like this if you make it tight. There's always two, though. There's still like this line of resistance here, another diagonal resistance line. But we did break, and we've like triple bottomed here for Cardano. It's doing a lot, you know, it's following Bitcoin slightly in some way, shape, and form. All right. Then you want to look at the smaller area here. You're kind of in like a bear, you know, you're in this funny here, you know what? You're in this. See that? Hard to see, but there's like a bear flag here too. All right. And you're in a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time. Back down to the area. And you're right above a POC, though, which is a good sign. Can you bounce off it is the question. Now let's take a look at the indicators. All right. So we've seen something that I see. You know, it's like it is what it is, but we want to see other indicators. The daily's a little overbought and curving down on you, which is not a good sign, you know, and like you're in a rising wedge. Tells me that Cardano may have some trouble to the downside. All right. 4 hours very oversold like Bitcoin. And you know what? As a trader, and there's Bitcoin right there. You see it. That's Bitcoin's exact pattern. You know, the up and down, the break in, the shoulder, the head, the shoulder. However, with the low 4 hour and the fact that you have the higher low, just like Bitcoin, and you're above this POC, and you're right here struggling, you get above this one. I mean, this will bounce. Cardano to 62 cents. It's all about Bitcoin. And that's why we watch Bitcoin as close as we do. And you can see how this mirrors Bitcoin closely. If we get more super chats, we look at other coins tonight, they're all going to look very, very similar. All right. But look, oversold in the 1 hour, 15-minute pushing to the upside. So now you want to start seeing a break about. You know, you still see this double top. I still see some bearish signs. You know, like it's basically indecision up and down price action. Huge close for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, above the 200. However, I don't want to get like faked out into these, you know, what these market makers might just put us there for a couple days and I just don't buy it. And that's why I buy as much Bitcoin as I can when the Fear and Greed Index was at 7, 8, 9, and 11. Now look at it today. If you watch my channel every day, I bought the lows for Bitcoin. I did. And I did it live on the channel, or if I didn't live, I eventually showed my buys. Sometimes it was $5,000. Sometimes it was $2,500. I bought 17.8, 18.5, 19,000, 19,001, 25,000. I bought 30K. Some buys are a little high. Most of them are all in the, you know, between $18,000, $25,000 range. A lot of them are at 19,000, right? Today, where are we? At 33, of course, right? With the monthly and the weekly candle close. 33 is high for me. I don't like to buy Bitcoin when this indicator is this high. It's usually not a good look. I just want to make that really clear. It's usually not a good look. Why is that? Well, because shout out to Tom Crypto with the 333. Thank you so much. I'll jump into Ethereum Classic. Please take a look at Litecoin. Looks just like, they're all going to look like it. They're all going to look just like each other, just like that. Message deleted by George the Sniper. Yikes, we got some haters in the game. Okay. Shout out to everybody here. Super chats, Bitcoin, ST, JASM, and Electronium, and the Ethereum Classic. Let's take a look. So look, if you look at Cardano, shoulder, head and shoulder, anything could happen, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen. Okay, Bond, Super Chats, Bitcoin, JASM, and the Ethereum Classic. Let's take a look at BT. Oh, you want the Bitcoin hash rate? That thing's annoying, though. Let's take a look at BTCST on Binance. I mean, that should increase, too, as the hash rate increases and more people. But look, it just looks just like Bitcoin. Could say it's in this falling wedge, though, that's breaking out and then retesting for a bounce to the upside. Looks somewhat bullish to me. It is on Binance only. That's the only place I know to get it. You could possibly trade it on Bolsadex as well. I'd look out for a possible M pattern with a dump to the downside. Take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour's pushing up. 4 hours oversold, though. You know what I'm saying? Could make a move. I want to watch Bitcoin. I want to see some movement for Bitcoin. I want to make sure Bitcoin's doing what it does before I start flirting around with all the alts. I want to see some support and resistance. I want to make sure the worst night to trade is Sunday night into Monday. It's heavy volatility. It's up and down. It's a lot of insanity. So just be careful. You know, this is very bullish on the 4 hour, you know, in my home. And that's a big time frame to watch. And you're pulling up on the 1 hour with momentum. So I wouldn't be surprised if you got all the way to 42, in my humble opinion. 47.58% possible gains out of Bitcoin hash rate. We'll see. We'll take a look at the next one here. JASMY, right? Let's take a look at JASMY on KuCoin. And it's funny, I had drawn JASMY, the 3L token, you know. Here's this falling to the downside. Look at this. That trade did not play out. Bang. And it's good to see trades that don't play out. Use a stop loss. I'll tell you, there's times where I win 3 out of 10 of my trades, 4 out of 10. That means I lose 6 out of 10 of my trades. But here's the deal. Check this out. Here's the deal. Watch this. I'm going to teach you what's called risk management, because people don't talk about it here. And I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. But look at this. You have a falling wedge, right? You want to get in. You think it's hot. You find your divergence. You like JASMY, right? You think it's going to do well, JASMY, and you're ready to go, all right? And you play this low area. You find some divergence on a smaller time frame, and you get in. Let's just say a 15-minute divergence. Now, you play this trade. You find your support and resistance that are lower. This is actually at the lowest. Let's just say you had some zones. And you slap your support or resistance here at 11%. And you trade this. You make sure this is a 3 or 1 to better. Now you trade this 10 times and you lose it 7 times. You lose 7 times 11, 77%. Okay, you're down 77. That stinks, right? But you trade it 3 times 36. 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 6 is 18. That's 108. 108 minus 77, to me, is about 31. Am I wrong? Right? So your portfolio will be up 31%. So if you had a G, you'd be up, or any person, the person using it would be up $300. So you do not win every single trade when trading. Now, when the bull market's on and banging, you're banging every trade. It's insane. Like there's 8 out of, I can't say anything, but like 8 out of 10, 9 out, the probability starts getting out of control. The money is flowing hard. It's just so many people are coming into crypto. The bull run is on. It's insanity. If anyone saw me, we were taking money hand over fist. We were calling coins at the very bottom. The market started to rip. It was insanity. Cake at 60 cents, Phantom at 18, all that, the story goes on and on. Anyway, so remember, trading is not about hitting every trade. It's about proper risk management every single time you trade, all right? So don't let anyone tell you that, people win every single trade. There's times I go 8 out of 10, 8 out of 8. The other day I hit 12 out of 13, then I lost 3 trades, right? So it's like you get on a streak, you win a few, you lose, and it's about staying in the game. It's about knowing, hey, I'm going to stop for a while, then I hit a big trade, so it's like, it's about knowing when to hold on, when to push it, when to slow down. That's what it's all about, all right? And it's about always remembering to keep the capital, maintain capital at all times. Your need to trade is where, people have the need to trade. They chew through capital. Don't chew through your capital. Keep it for, if you don't know how to trade that well, or if you're emotional, wait for when it's not that emotional. Right now is a very difficult time. This is a bear market. We're attempting to come out of a bear market. We have economic stress. We have things we've never seen. We got the Federal Reserve. We have issues in the homeland. We just got so much going on that we've never seen before. So remember that you are learning in one of the hardest markets in the world. All right. So I just got to put that out there. All right. So let's take a look at JASMY in a bit of a falling wedge here, attempting to break to the upside out of the falling wedge. Bit of a flag, JASMY. And it's got a low stochastics here on the 1 hour, pointing up at the MACD, pointing up here, falling volume with falling price slightly. Coming down, still a little more room on the 4 hour time frame. Interesting. Could pull a mini Fibonacci here. May still come back to this liquidity zone at 00951, so just be careful. The 4 hour does have a little more downside just because the 1 hour looks scrumptious. 15 minutes also a little high. I would expect this to come down. If I were to play this, use my alert section where I put alerts to the 15. When the alert comes down, I think about getting into the trade. So, and that's how I don't put out calls. I put out ideas of how I would enter the trade. You can use those ideas, right? And if the education suits you, you can continue to practice these ideas. And if they work for you, you can use them. If not, it's up, that's you. You know what I'm saying? You get the education and you go from there. I can provide you years of what I've done in the market, and then you can take that however you want it, right? Okay. Can you check TLM? Bear markets are a good time to learn to prepare for potential bull runs. Yep. Seriously, it took me 4.5 years to get, to understand Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin, what's happening in the markets and all that stuff. And our next halving is less than 4 years away. So people have less time, and that's what my trading group's about. It's about getting educated, getting situated, and getting where you need to be. So when the bull market rips, you know what's going on, right? You have a focus. You have, you've maintained what you're doing, and you know where you're going, all right? Especially since Bitcoin is doing something it's never done before. Break out of the rising wedge, parabolic, on the weekly in a bear market. You can figure them out on your own. Yeah. It's true. Okay. I'm just looking through the chat here. Calm. Yeah. Can be today if you want. I'd rather get it over with. Okay. It's my B day. Nope. The 30th. It's my B day, not today. Yeah, email cryptolifers@gmail. They'll help you out however you want to get into the group. Can I super chat you 99 to join the group if it's okay with you? I mean, if you really want, they take 30%, so kind of no. I'd rather just the 10% payment. If you're just looking for a signals group, dude, this ain't it. I've been in the group for now over a year now, and it turned me into a guy who YOLO'd into ETH to being a dude who'd be able to set up and execute on my own. Shout out to Bartholomew Smurfington, my man. One of my top students in the game. Love you, brother. I don't know why I didn't put you in the blue crew. You're in the blue crew. So anyway, JASMY, just I believe there's it looks hot on the 4 hour. I believe there's a better place to get in. It might make a shallow right shoulder here. See this shoulder? You got a bit of a head, right shoulder. But I am seeing, I believe, in my opinion, and my trading style says, based on the oscillators, that there's a better price in there. But I wouldn't be surprised if I did see it make some gains. About 20% gains, right? So, ETC Ethereum Classic becomes a hot mover when the market starts to change. It just gets hot. I don't understand why, but it does. Let's take a look at ETC. It was in a beautiful flag about to pop, and Bitcoin took it down. Bitcoin can ruin so many beautiful setups, and this thing follows Bitcoin to a T, to an absolute T. Whatever Bitcoin does, Bitcoin goes on a big rip. You're going to see Ethereum Classic go on a rip. It's BTC and ETC. It's like the easy way to play Bitcoin. It's almost like a leverage token for Bitcoin. You can make more money. If you understand the altcoin system, then you know where to put your money based on what's happening, all right? So look, I mean, this is still in a flag, right? And if you take a look at the 15 minutes pointing to the upside, the 1 hour is very oversold and wants to make a bit of a move. And the 4 hour is ready to rock. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw this thing go up another 40% gains, right? Yes, you have you're getting the spacing from the 21 and the 200, which is not the best place, but we had it here and we still pumped. With the momentum and the right move, we could still pump. You have Class C hidden bullish because you have swing up to swing up, which is a pretty sharp swing to the upside. But here the swing is more flat, and that is a bullish divergence. It's a hidden bullish. It's like a Class C. You know, the angle is not that sharp though. All right. Engine is a jammer. What is a jammer? A mammer, jammer, banger? We all explained to Drake at email cryptolifers@gmail to join the 99 versus sending a super chat at Draken. Yeah. Can you check out TLM? Looks like it's breaking out. ETC BTC was in a big flag. That's why ETC popping. I'm guess. Love how the lifer got some sun love on his face. Shout out to everybody here. A bad mamma jamma, baby. In a good way, though. Yeah. Lifer doesn't make predictions like that. We take price one day at a time based on technical analysis. Yep. Okay. I mean, that looks very bullish to me. 1 hour looks good. 15-minute looks good. Only thing I don't like is the 7-minute. So the 7-minute would have to kind of show me some love here if I want to be super precise. And you don't have to get that crazy, but, you know, in times of need, I will. And I don't even like to usually trade Sunday night into Monday morning. It's a tough time to trade, in my humble opinion, for sure. For sure. Because you never know what you're going to get in the market. You never know. You really don't. The volatility is insanity with, you know, all the other information. We're going to look at the futures market. We're going to take a look too. And that's like, it's like, tonight now we got to deal with that. Shout out to anyone that jumped into my people's call. People banged on them to the upside for massive gains of 27% and continued to the upside today. Actually still pumping as we speak. Nice profit taking areas where I like to get out right here when you start spacing away for the 21 and you get high in the stochastics. Shout out to anyone that jumped into people for gains. And it is what it is. I mean, if you were able to rechart this, see the trading style the way we saw it, and take it for the way people. I mean, it was there. And it was last night. I saw it last night. I'm sitting there doing my work. I just came in from the mountains, and I'm chugging through the trades, doing my thing, and I see people. And honestly, you know what's crazy is if you're in my trading group, look, I put out people, and then look, people bearish, you know, people calling out people today. People moving. Look, people moving. People appears to be respecting the trend, you know. People moving. Like the team will watch out. So look, People, this is yesterday at 7:57 a.m. All right, I'm putting this out. So, and you can see, like, I click on it. Usually it shows, 7:57 a.m. I put it out yesterday. And I'm like, people looking bullish on the 15 and the 1 hour in this tight zone. And you can see it. It's like around the 618. You know, it's just showing some movement. I was thinking the 1 hour might come on down again, a bit of a flip. You see the tightness there on the MACD. And so people, lo and behold, would bang on them for massive gains. Look at that. There's your before. It's funny, they were almost in the same place. There's your before, there's your after, right? There's your before, and there's your after. And like, you put it in the same time frame, you can see it's exactly such a clean trade, right? And we do this all the time, every day. If you come to the channel, you'll get used to this type of stuff. And eventually you'll be doing it too. Because I could die tomorrow. So people, before, after for massive gains. 27% in a day and a half is beautiful. So that's people, everybody. If you jumped into people, congratulations. It says it has more legs than the 1 hour right now. Look at that. Just getting started with that move to the upside. So congratulate anyone that got into people to the upside. Bang, 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 man, people. Do not super chat the 99. That's so funny. What's cracking, Crypto Lifer Changer? Shout out to the Crypto Life Changer in the game. Shout out to Zero Allegiance. Love learning and all my awesome crew. Love you all. Thank you for being here. So we have an after here. I just wanted to post. People for 27%, right? Is that what it was? I love a clean trade that just goes out exactly as planned. It just bangs on them. You can't beat it. Up early, grinding, 7 in the morning, you know. Before my trip, I'm about to go on a trip. I'm grinding, looking through the market. Then I would drive to Vermont, do my thing. Man. Talked about storage, you know, being in this giant area here. Possible buy zone with stops below the 886 fib, right? So like this area, we actually went to the 886 fib and made the right shoulder, right? So it's kind of why I did. If I made a right shoulder, it's like maybe it's after we get in, like here. See? Or you get in like even earlier here. Sometimes they shift. I don't know what time frame I drew it on. Because if you draw it on the 4 hour, like this will move a little bit, you know. But that'll be as it's coming up. That would have been classic, and then you would have made the gains there. See, you buy into the zone as the right shoulder's coming up. But even then, I'm still looking this for a possible move to the upside. Look at the measured move for this, and it's near a nice pullback on a Fibonacci. So I've been looking at this closely. This is interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna redraw this fib. It looks wrong to me. Alt F is gonna be your nice shortcut for fibs, so you can just kind of grab it quickly. Look at that bounce off the 618 in the golden pocket. I mean, that's crazy. Like, absolutely beautiful. A couple bounces in the golden pocket area too, as it's attempting now to break out of this channel to the upside. STORJ, measured move of 95%. When this coin goes, it goes hard. I've seen it go hard 10 or 20 times in my life, which is pretty crazy, but I have. 1 hour's curving down. 1 hour's got 4 hours got momentum to the upside. Again, watch Bitcoin tonight. I wouldn't be jumping into random trades. I'm just putting this on the radar, something to think about next few days, or even for the next 2, 3, 4 months, on and off, right? Gall, this thing, I put a call here. It would hit initially, so that was done. Never would really look at it again, but it would come back down and then pump again, huge and hard. Sometimes I may even just put a coin on your radar. I can't think about it, you know, I forget about it. You might find it again and then play it yourself. I mean, that thing banged to the upside. STORJBTC, thank you for saying that. And what is a BTC pair? A lot of people don't know what that is. When you're trading a BTC pair, everybody, you're basically buying Bitcoin, then you're buying the coin, and then you're trading the coin for the Bitcoin, if that makes any sense at all. And then you're going to sell STORJ Bitcoin. I mean, look at that. Yeah, STORJ against Bitcoin. Looks like it may be strong, right? Getting tight on the moving averages on the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour needs to come on down, but it actually could be flipping. And the 15-minute just needs to come on. I put alerts down on the 15. When that comes on down, I may take a look at that. STORJBTC on KuCoin, the BTC pair, making gains. Let's take a look at the daily. Even the daily is super low. That's interesting. Look at that. STORJBTC, and a fellow lifer just told us, hey, look out. That's coming into the 618 golden pocket on its own. Hasn't even hit it yet. Tight moving averages. 50 crossing the 200. That's a golden cross on the daily time frame. You could see a massive move for this. And that's how you make some BTC, eh? So let me take a look at this. 92% gains on your Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Double, you know. Again, it takes a lot of conviction to trade the daily. It's not easy. The daily is a lot harder to trade than almost any other time frame, because the bigger the time frame, the more you have to stay in it, the longer, the more you're going to see it go up and down and up and down. Like, it's almost better off to not look at a daily trade and let it play out. You know what I'm saying? You do have to look at the market though, and if Bitcoin's doing that, then you know it's your trade too. So regardless, it can be hectic, but you get used to it. That's the thing. Over time, you get used to doing this. It becomes second nature, and you're all right. You're able to kind of get through it no matter what. So stay strong. No, you know, but this looks beautiful to me. 92% gains possibly coming out of STORJBTC. That's interesting. All right. Bitcoin at a standstill after what happened today. Seems to just be at a complete standstill. Just stuck. What I don't like is it's making a bit of a bear flag here on the 15-minute. As we're not getting above any resistance, I don't see any like short squeeze action. And, you know, you just have to take into account that that's a flag to the downside. That would put us back at this bottom of liquidity at 22,900. Would also bang out a lot of coins to the downside. So the 15-minute, you want to see do something different here. Make a move. It's pretty boring what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. And a very strange pattern. I'll be honest. Like, it's a hard to find pattern. In my humble opinion, it's the diamond. It's like the closest thing that I can see, you know. I'd like to see it get back to the upside. Even though it happens, we're still technically in a diamond. All right. I want to just freestyle Bitcoin and look at it fresh after all the things that I've seen. I mean, at the end of the day, I would love to see it make a bounce to the upside here. We got so many charts here. We have the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. That's the one thing about grouping. You have to keep grouping, because otherwise you'll lose everything, you know. So remember, we had this 4-hour that we keep drawing. Oh, wait, let's see. I must have something still on. It's like everything in that group should disappear. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm not seeing something. That was part of that. I'm pretty sure. And now I don't see a group. Oh, group 5. There we go. So this is what I've been looking at for a while now. This idea here. This must have got moved somehow. TradingView has been doing some funny stuff too. I don't know if anyone noticed, like, some of their trades have been off, or like not the trades, but the actual, like, you know, look at this. This is acting funny. I'm just gonna make a new one. This is what I had drawn. I might have it locked. That's why I undo the lock. Yeah, silly me. Okay, so look, Bitcoin USDT here on the 4-hour, right? And, you know, we have that, though, you know, you know what we're looking at, because we drew it already. We're looking for a bounce. You know, I don't like that it looks like a head and shoulder pattern, but we're looking for a bounce to the upside here from this zone. If we don't, I have my 3 levels that are most likely giving us a bounce. The liquidity marked with the POCs, marked with the volume, and just these are our areas to watch for BTC. It'd be cool if we started making this bull pennant and we broke up to the upside. That would be awesome. Look at the measured move. I haven't seen anybody draw this yet, so this is a new pattern. That's another thing here. We project a lot of cool stuff that you won't see on other channels, and we usually are some of the first people to find the channel. Like, we found this diamond here. you'll probably see a bunch of people draw the diamond tomorrow morning or tonight after they watch my stream. They'll be like, oh, there's a diamond. But like, we had the diamond and I didn't watch anybody else. Like, I just do this every single day. So you'll get to learn how to watch patterns, how to find patterns, and how to use them to your advantage. All right. For me, the 3-day ascending channel and the 4-day ascending channel is very helpful for the medium macro trend. Filecoin, please. I have arrived. Shout out to Tree City West. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Okay. Gala looking for a big breakout. Yeah, TradingView has... Yeah, why does TradingView have so many missing sections? What happened to it? It must be an API issue out of nowhere. And look at my team, the People's Gains. Bang, bang, bang. We work hard for those gains no matter what, man. No matter what. So, this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, honestly. And we want to see if we can maintain support here at the bottom of this falling wedge. You know? That's what I'm looking at. At the end of the day, it's pretty boring. Sunday night price action, kind of just watching paint dry, you know. At the end of the day, the 15-minute is becoming bear flaggy. I'll give that to you, meaning it's making a flag, it's not getting above its previous high, and the Stokes are pushing up. So it's showing lack of bullish momentum, all right? Like it wants to dump on you. So this is just something to worry about here. Lack of bullish momentum to the downside, 22,800 possibly coming for Bitcoin. So, all right. So it's not always all bullish. I am open-minded at any given moment in time. That throws off a lot of beginner traders because they're like, he said this, he said that. It's like, well, you cannot go, you can't say this is, oh, I'm going to go long exactly now. No, it's about levels every single time. What level are you at? What level is Bitcoin at? What is it doing? You know, I want to do one more thing because like, I'm still like, there's something lacking about the TA for me personally right now, you know, for me personally. So when that happens, what I do is I just do what's called freestyle, and I just really look at the chart again, and I see if I can see anything different in my mind. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. It looks a lot like, let me see here. I remember these patterns. Looks a lot like this thing here, this kind of up and down, nasty price action. And you remember these ones here. This here, see, it looks a lot like this. This is what I'm looking at. See this? Shoulder, head. It looks almost identical to this. And that just never ended up playing out, right? So that's similar in my humble opinion. What I can do too is I can take a bars pattern from here to here. I just want to see if that like does anything, you know, and fits a parameter. Because the last time I saw it, that's what I remember. I remember it looking just ugly and just indecisive. I do like where we are in the trend, and we're going to talk about trend analysis in a second. But I mean, that looks pretty eerily similar on the right side for sure too. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. Nothing's going to be perfect, right? And I'm not saying just because this matches that's what's happened. Oh, it's a fractals or whatever. They're more fun than they are anything else. Sometimes you will see things you can use again. I'll show you, but there is a few times I've used fractals in reality, and they're really, really good ideas, and they're monumental when they happen. But they just look very similar to me, and they're ugly patterns. And yeah, so I'm just putting that out there. Like, I don't like the look of this pattern at all. The indicators aren't in the worst place. The 1 hour, the 4 hour, they want to push. They do. The probability of where they are says pump. But honestly, like, that was this. We fell down. To me, we broke out of the pattern already, technically. So you can fake the flag, or we can put the flag, and the flag is still there, technically. This is very ugly. I just saw this. This is kind of more my style. This falling wedge here, which I didn't even realize till now. See, and that's why I do what's called freestyle, and I just work the pattern in my head until I see something different that makes more sense to me. See, now that we could break out of to the upside, right? This could be a falling wedge, you know, and we could get our move. So that's interesting. Then we look bigger at the daily time frame. You just want to see everything for what it is, right? And like, that's starting to make a rising wedge, in my humble opinion. And you got support and resistance areas, right? If you get this bounce, that's miraculous. Something like this. And that could go, you know, that could break out parabolic. There's a chance, but I mean, that's, at the end of the day, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. And you can come all the way back down here, even after like a week or two of pumping. So to me, nothing is done, because you have a low, you have a lower low. You must put in a higher high above this zone to even remain slightly bullish. All right, you must put in a higher high. If you can't put in a higher high above that zone, forget about it, in my humble opinion. It is what it is, you know. So Bitcoin can do whatever. It can have all the fun in the game. We could have this huge pump, but like, unless we start getting daily candle closes up in here and up in here, then it's going to be a nil move, you know. So I just want to put that out there. So if I'm hurting any of the bulls' feelings, I'm sorry. And I'm not a bear. Like, I'm a long-term bullish guy for Bitcoin. I believe in Bitcoin long-term. Like five years out from now, great time. I believe will be a great 5-year hold for Bitcoin. But I also want to show you that like anything is possible, and be open-minded at any given moment in time. All right. And Sunday night into Monday is the worst time to trade, in my humble. Thursdays are the best trading days. Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays sometimes can be nice. The weekend isn't bad here and there, but my favorite times to trade is Thursday. You know, the worst time is Sunday night into Monday. Yeah, you can get volatility. Yeah, you can get movement, but it's also the best time to get wrecked and lose tons of money. So just be careful, you know. I was just joining the Discord. Love learning. What's your name on Discord? Bond finally pumping. That's funny. Bond, really? Let's take a look at Bond in a second. But look, even the daily is showing a bit of a, you know, trying to bounce here, curving back up to the upside. A little bit of a flag here. 4 hours bullish. At the end of the day, I mean, the 4 hours still bullish. So trade this flag the way it's supposed to be traded, like a little flag, and call it a day. See if Bitcoin can break out of this ugly little piece, you know. Finally get a nice candle close above the zone. You know, look, swing up to swing up, that swings up. There's no bearish divergence there. There's no hidden bearish divergence at the moment. So at the very moment, I have no reason to believe why Bitcoin would just start to dump, but except for the 15 making this bear flag that we talked about here. So I'd like to see some short squeeze action right now, short squeeze orange juice, so we can get out of this. So look at that. The little mini measured move is down there, the bear flag 23, but if it goes the length of the pole, which I've seen many times, you're looking at 22,800. All right, that old chestnut, 22.8, the 800s. S Castro, don't ask for an OTA. Just want to say to the lifer, what up, son? What up? Much love, brother. Much love to you, man. Thank you. All the 3S tokens look bear flaggy. I'm taking the evening off as far as the trading goes. Indecision indeed. BOOKMAP, please. Man, I thought I started it up and I forgot. This guy, man. I can't tell you what to do with ETH, man. Do whatever makes you happy, bro. So I want to see this punch to the upside enough to negate the bear flag in the next hour or two. Otherwise, the 15 minutes going to get high overbought, and, you know, it could dump on you. So that's something we have to look at. Uni 3L is in the zone, man. Uni 3L again, man. Wow. 22.8 is the weekly MA, 200 MA. Interesting. Send in super chats for TA and deep dives. Shout out to the likes, 400 likes. I appreciate that. 527 on the viewership. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for what you do. Yo, from Idaho. Thanks, man. Yeah, many people always there to help. I'm always to tell everyone, tag me if you ever have a question. Lifer, what does a wedge become a triangle? I mean, they're always a wedge in a triangle. That's a good question. I mean, a falling wedge? I mean, when it's just more angled to the downside. You know? Lifer, when does a wedge? Yeah, the MAs on the weekly look crazy. Richard Berry, you need to chart the resistance and support levels, broski. Exactly. Triangle can form into a wedge. I mean, you can call them both things too. Some people call a triangle a wedge and a wedge a triangle. Don't get too confused by it. Remember your patterns, pattern trade, and just do the patterns. You know, bull pennant, bull rectangle, falling wedge. Sometimes it's a hybrid. It's a little bit of both, you know, so. Okay. Someone likes Uni 3L on the game, huh? Interesting. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, like my man says. Now, it's just like Bitcoin. Like, this is Bitcoin's little flag that I just drew. Doing the same stuff, like, and you can see a nice dump. 15-minute could dump us down for sure. Still could give us like a double top, a double bottom here for ETH, right? It's been bullish since we've seen this flag to the upside for Ethereum, you know. Major resistance right here, though, in a high volume node that we would love to get back above for it, you know, for ETH. I called this move for ETH when it was here. Also, in this look, it was in a giant double bottom there too. Also on the 1 hour. Remember this double bottom for ETH. There was a funky double bottom. There was a wacky inverted. Can you check out Seller? Thanks, bro. Shout out to Jeff Brown. Anytime, Jeffy. Richard Berry Discord me out of the group. Same name. Yeah. So I go back to the daily for ETH. All right. Put your support and resistance lines at all times. Don't play yourself. And you can see, look, bounce, bounce. So this is prime resistance here for Ethereum. We get above it, that can become our new support. So 1600 ain't too shabby so far. Daily could flip one more time. I wouldn't be surprised. It's all about that 4 hour, which is showing signs of life here for Ethereum. Ethereum actually looks better than Bitcoin. Flag's a little, to me, a little more bullish looking than Bitcoin's flag, right? But same pattern. Shoulder head, kind of a shoulder. We got to be careful. Has a big measured move, though. You do have to take the whole length of this pole to the upside. Just what you got to do. $24% gains for ETH, right? If I was getting into ETH, I would look at my support and resistance lines, right? Which one coincides with this high volume node sticking out on the low here. It's going to be 1645 and another nice one here at about 1482. Last resort, if I could somewhat get between this and the moving average at like 1300, 1313, give me some breathing room as well. Lack of bearish momentum. I could see ETH pumping all the way to 21. That happens to ETH. That's going to pump Matic, and Matic's going to pump as well. So you want to see ETH pumping for Matic to do the damage. 1 hour and the 4 hour look absolutely beautiful. It's all about the 7 minute and the 15 just wanting to dump on us. And it's sad. I've seen them do damage in ways we don't want to see them do. So just be careful. You know. Just be careful. I don't like what I'm seeing there for Ethereum. You know. Just be careful. I mean, I do. But not on the small time frame. I just want to get through the 15. That takes about 2 hours. I want to get through the 15 minute first. Once we get through the 15, we'll be able to figure out kind of how we feel about everything else. You know, if that makes any sense to you, it makes sense to me, right? So there you go. ETH. I call it Ethereum. Some people call it Ethereum, but I call it Ethereum. But yeah, Jason Casper says Ethereum, but that's because he's from Ohio or something, right? Iowa? I'm so sorry. I should know. But I know it's like a farmy town, right? Or a farmy place. I'm a city boy who also grew up in like areas with the farm though. You know, Massachusetts has its, you know, I was up in Vermont today and Vermont is beautiful. So look, I mean, ETH isn't looking too bad when I restructure this pennant to the upside ETH, right? And look, I would position my stop 1645 or even 1482. You never know. All right. But again, none of this is financial advice. Nothing I do and say here should be taken as financial advice. He calls it Bitcoin. Of course you do. Yeah. He calls it Bitcoin. Alabama. He's from Alabama. Pretty cool. Pump the ETH pump. See, this is water, but it's like making me thirsty. Who knows this? These pretzels are making me thirsty. Richard definitely takes the beginner course. You will come away knowing so much information. Richard, we love you. Jump on into the beginner's course. $100 every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. Get my vibe, get to know who I am, have a course with me, sit down with me, we'll break it down, we'll break bread. Me and you and a group of peeps every single Tuesday from 3 to 5 New York City time. I can't wait to see you there. We will have an absolute blast. I'm telling you right now, it'll be fun. And every time I teach the class, I put my all into it. We have an awesome time. I can't wait to see you there. All right? That's every single Tuesday from 3 to 5 New York City time. Email cryptolifers@gmail to pay in PayPal or cryptocurrency, or hit the link in the description below the video. That'll give you quick access to my schedule, and you can book whatever week you want. I apologize for the Saturday crew. I did have to jump out. I had to go. A friend invited me to his house, and I didn't want to be rude, and I hadn't been there in a long time. It was just the right thing to do. I apologize, so I had to make that call. Pawn, looking like it did the nice pump as we spoke from the move. It bounced off the 618, went up nicely if we look at it. So I put this out. Pawn broke out about 15%. Now it's going sideways, but it's hanging out over on top of the 618. Interesting enough, right? If Pawn can stay above the 618, there's a chance it can continue to move. I really don't like the market structure it's in. It's a little ugly, a little funky, but you could say it's in a little bit of this though. And it will follow that bull pennant for ETH. If the bull pennant breaks out, Pawn will too as well. And you can see Pawn maybe doing something like this as we restructure the deal, so to speak, for Pawn. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Pawn make some gains. We've traded Pawn on and off for the last year and a half. At least a year. I remember when my daughter drew a Pawn, and someone was like, it's Pawn. Next thing you know, Pawn was pumping. That's the old story of Pawn. So some are called Pawn by drawing a pond, and it's pretty funny, but possible move for Pawn up 36.7%. However, again, we're going to wait out the 15 minute on Bitcoin and a lot of these other coins. Once we see that go down, we don't take a massive dump out of the bear flag, then I could take a breather and decide it's time. Bitcoin pumping back to 23,400. Can we get the short squeeze? Let's take a look at Bookmap. All right. Where is the liquidity? Where does it lie? What do we see? It's matched evenly so well. Red on both sides. Look at that. A little more down here on the buy action than there is up here, sad to say, suggesting they will pull us down to 22,600. That's what I see here. So every time we've done this recently, when we've had the battle, they did end up pulling us down to the lower liquidity zone when there was a bigger mob of liquidity. But nothing's guaranteed at all, ever, and for anything. So we will see. All right, we just did get a short liquidation. We do see a lot of sells. However, there's a huge sell wall at 23,800. All right, so it doesn't look like we're going to get back above 24K anytime soon, especially with like the battle of the liquidity we have on a Sunday night. All right, so just we may go sideways in this diamond. I mean, diamonds do dump 68% of the time. You have a 70% chance this is going to dump pretty nastily all the way back down to the downside. All right, so just be careful. All right, 23,390. All right. Desperately need the bounce for Bitcoin, and I'm just not seeing it. We're just not getting it, you know. 50-minute had a chance for glory and just did nothing. As you can see, nobody bought into that, and we didn't get enough people to short the market either, which isn't a bad sign, but you kind of need that short liquidity to get the move to the upside. A bit of an ugly W here. Can you get the move up? And even if you do, this has been some ugly price action, I have to say. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's really weird. It's not structured. Like, we've been having some good structure on the way up, but look, we broke out of this to the upside. It's doing the same thing. I mean, it's indecision. I'll tell you, some days I'll look at you dead in the face and say, I don't know. And I'm okay with that. You know, you do 30 days of I do 31 trades, 31 days of a live stream every single day. I actually do 31 to 32 because we usually do 2 for the monthly candle close. Today we got to double up, but it would have been last night, right? And what I would have had to do 2 live streams. And I say 4 out of 6 of them, depending. I look at you guys and girls and I say, you know what? I don't know. It's indecision. The market is showing indecision. And today I like the 4 hour. I like the 1 hour a lot. They're in the sweet spot where I love to trade. But I've seen the 15-minute do nasty things, just like it did here. So look at this little move on the 15 from here to here. What a nasty dump. And we're all the way up here making a bear flag and not getting above resistance. So it tells me to be careful. It tells me to watch out. It's also the weekly candle close. Sunday into Monday. It's the most volatile. They might pump us down here, pump us all the way back up. There's going to be scammy, crazy price action tonight. That's what happens all the way until Monday afternoon. So just be ready for anything, all right? I would love a short squeeze right now to the upside. Show me the money, baby, and break me up. That's what's going on right now, 24,425, but we're just hitting a few orders. We are getting a short squeeze slightly here on BOOKMAP 1, 2, a little bit of a long liquidation in the middle, which is pretty crazy. But again, I see so much more liquidity down at 22,006, 23,008, 23,000 than I do up at 24, 23,800. So anything is possible. I've seen the whales switch and swap, but the last few times we looked at this, that's been spot on for BOOKMAP. We are getting the pump right now for Bitcoin. A little move up. We did just cross this. We have some momentum. I'd like to see this continue to the upside and just kind of hang out in the zone. Signs of life for Bitcoin at 23,400. Normally I'm like, I'll trade that right now, right? I mean, that's one thing. I'm saying I'm being cautious. You'd be like, well, there's something about the lifer right now. He doesn't like what's going down. The lifer's being more cautious than normal, right? Be a nice short to the downside there. So I'll take a look at the shorts real quick just to see how they look. Remember, Pawn does look nice to me. I wouldn't be surprised if Pawn did pump to the upside. We got to get through the 1 hour, the 15-minute, but Pawn looking pretty good. And where did he pull this fib? Yeah. Pawn looking pretty nice, like right above the 618. See that? I mean, all eyes on Bitcoin, though. No matter what trade goes out tonight, it's all eyes on Bitcoin. All right? Remember that. Remember that. And again, remember a couple weeks ago we hit USDC for 500% burger. Then last week, there's gains. But we must always remember to chill, And I will play this here. Look, I was up in nature with the baby.
And even though trading's important, it's also important to get outside and get into nature and to be here outlooking the mountains and just
looking out, outlooking whatever.
To be so high up and everything is so beautiful. To see the sun.
She is the cutest.
Putting its shadows down on the earth. I mean,
she is the cutest.
What do you think? Yeah, right? Yeah, give me a kiss, huh? Give me a kiss, huh?
She doesn't learn how to kiss me yet.
I wouldn't change it for the world, me and her. you know, and she wants you to see my beautiful, beautiful blue eyes. Everybody, get out into nature when you can. Bitcoin's important. I love it. Crypto is life.
She tried to put them on.
But nature is crypto, man. I love nature. And, man, just get outside.
Oh, wait.
And find yourself. This is how you can find out who you really are. Refocus the subconscious mind. Channel your energies. And get exactly. And
Look at this little face.
Bitcoin's important. I love it. Crypto is life. But nature is crypto, man.
But I just seeing those mountains really changed me. It was good to see that big view. And just shout out to anyone that's been out to those mountains. I appreciate y'all. Anyone that went into nature, unbelievable time. I just had blew my ears out. So sorry. I blew your ears out too. Sorry. That's how you lose people and they get pissed. Sorry. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Can I get the likes up? I'm vulnerable right now. Can you guys hold me down? Yikes. So bad. Oh, man. I like pond, if that makes any sense. I just beat... Oh, come on, man. It's like collapsing. Collapsing tonight, completely. I did just drive 3 hours. I know, I blew your... I know. I just piddled myself, man. That's whole... My ears are bleeding. Claiming more disability. Blame it on Spindrift. It's their fault. It's the Spindrifts. That's who it is. All right. She said just wait 15 minutes, then recalibrate. Oh my gosh. So we went over STORJBTC looking beautiful on the daily. Something to think about. I would definitely put on your radar and remember that. STORJBTC on the daily. All right. This is just to keep on your back burner. Now add this to your list in my trading group because you have a Google sheet, right? With the list on it, right? Look, we might as well, hold on 1 second. See if we can do this the right way here. Let's see if we can. We might not be able to, but we might. I want to show y'all something real quick that's going to help you get through the day, get through the moment here at any given moment in time. All right. So head on over to your Google Drive, right? And go to Google Sheets and hit, blank spreadsheet. All right. Simple as that, right? All right. Now, once you have a blank sheet here, okay, you could type in date, right? Trade, link, okay. You can even type in results, right? And track this. So like today is the 31st of July. Unreal, right? What a month of trading we did. We could go over the month of the gains in the whole month. Like, we didn't hit every single trade, but the amount, I just want to go back to the beginning of July and see where we started at. Because it was a crazy month. And just kind of recap kind of how we got through the month. What happened? Did we short? Did we long? What happened? Just want to see, kind of what trades we looked at, what we found, why. So it started with USTC. We ended with USTC doing the 500% gains. Remember that? The 29th of June. So like that was insane. All right. So we got that. And then we got into July. GMT 3S, we shorted that for 20. Jupe has been a good, we've just been trading Jupe on and off for a month now. 34% car. And just look at the coins that we played. Prom, right? Wrapped and Nexium, right? And NXM. Car, KAR. Celt had some quick gains. That dumped nastily though. Time we played a few times to the upside. Jupe again for 53. AOIZ. And see the one, look, DYP, odds. Remember I was like, can we beat the odds? And that thing just banged on you. GMT3L has been a fun on and off. Jupe again for 83. See how many times we've traded Jupe? So write that down. Like, I'm just trying to, you know, Block has been on the low, little one. Nord hit for 20. Burger, we just started hitting Burger. R on and off. Matic 3L was the love. That just kept giving us gains. TCP, like, was an amazing bounce off the Fibonacci. That's how I taught Fibonacci. The whole month, there was many Fibonacci retracements too. Cup and handle for JAR would break for 14. DYP off of a Fibonacci retracement again. You know, M-Swap. M-Swap and Burger were the bigger gainers. M-Swap for another 11. M-Swap for 21. M-Swap for 151 when it was all said and done. Do you remember that? We had a great month. You know, Matic 3L for some more gains. Trade, which is a coin called Trade. How funny was that, right? TRVL. Clearinghouse, that one 74%. That's what an elite trader gave. Dago pumped off of the 618 golden pocket. Same thing, right? Another Fibonacci retracement. Laps was in a cup and handle for a nice little 10. True banged on him for 30. Comp was in a beautiful cup and handle for 27. USDC we got off of what? The retracement in the Fibonacci golden pocket. That's like the 5th golden pocket retracement. NMW we loved in a flag. That banged on you for 20. Continued to go. Wild in a cup and handle would bang for 77. This is in the middle of the month. Another elite trader put this out. Maha Dow, he nailed it. Talked about this double bottom here, right? On 712. 3 days later, it was up 95%. Bang. Bang. Gematria in a double bottom. Gains, you know. And there it is right there. There's the double bottom. Went right there. Another one for USDC. Another 19% gains out the flag. Pole C was in this beautiful little, remember that? 25%. Hawthorne, HTR. I remember talking about that coming down to the zone. It went a little lower. Boom. 42%. R we nailed on a Fibonacci retracement. I can remember drawing the Fibonacci retracement. The 618 golden pocket. If you zoom in there, that's the golden pocket 706 area. R would bang on them. Sol was a beautiful one. Another Fibonacci golden retracement. That's like the 8th one. So we showed so many Fib retracements this month. UFO banged on them, and then it kind of brings us to where we're starting to move into the 17th, the 16th. STORJ we played. GMT3L again for more gains. Looks had a beautiful pump to the upside we called. And then Bond. Who could have forgot our love for Bond? 52% there. Phantom 3L. Beautiful gains for 38%. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Quick. We waited for the Fib retracement. Finally got 46% gains out of that. Another Fib retracement. Right. Dot, just the easy play, 14. R again, we put it in this inverted cup and handle, inverted head and shoulder. It would do that and eventually pump for 24%. Quick again out of the move, but it would go up a little more off that Fib retracement, 74%. GME, another one by the trading crew, the elite, banging on them. AOIZ, another one by the elite, 33%. Another one by the elite, Illuvium, another one by the elite, another one by the elite. I had B-Pro in this beautiful funky pattern. It made the exact right shoulder like we said. It would go up 30%. We projected that, and then it did exactly what we projected. All right. Meter governance token, another one by the elite in a cup and handle, banging on them. Gamey, I threw up in this flag. That flag would pop perfectly out of there and never hit a stop loss for 14. Unify, who could have forgotten Unify? We put it out here on the 17th. It would continue to go, and this thing would rip and rip. That from that trade, that would be up huge. MBL, PYR, Vulcan Forge, Waves. We called a Waves trade that would be amazing. Swifty, this one would go up 12 and even more. Spell, I don't remember Spell. Always a quick cup and handle that would pump. Look at that though. Beautiful cup and handle, 32. Plager, I remember this one, Plager. Mirror Protocol, we called this double bottom. It never went lower than that double bottom for 80% gains. Who could get Bond in the middle of the night? 85% gains out of the beautiful, beautiful tight wedge bull pennant. Here's Pond again, that coin that I'm just talking about today for 23. We like Pond. There's STORJ again, which we talked about today. So you can see we play a lot of the same coins. They come back. Here's Prom, which I've been looking at recently. And so the gains just kept coming. We hit a lot of gains. Yes, we didn't hit every single trade, but we hit so many gains beautifully without a stop loss. Bitcoin 3L, man, Dematria out of another one that hit a Fibonacci retracement. And so many of these trades, 33% for Bond as it pumped out of that move. And so many of these trades showed you how to use technical analysis in the best way. Maha, another banger. So just going through the month, I mean, we're only at the 22nd. 55% for Beefy. Bond for another 74% gains, like even more. It went parabolic. We called the parabolic run. That's another beautiful, beautiful trade. We hit Bond. Phantom 3L, beautiful gains of 24%. Dematria, kind of, scribbled, banged out a little bit. Talked about this flag. Look, it came up, went sideways, would go up 24%. Axie 3L. Talked about this thing called Gall. This one go up 20%. Galaxy. STORJ again. STOR, which actually I remember putting in this parabolic run. It would go sideways, and then eventually pump and hit the target. It would take a while, though. Phantom, we put in this funky little target. It would begin to pump. Just tiny 5% gains in the middle of the night. Bitcoin 3L. Beautiful. This would start the Bitcoin 3L move that would go massively to the upside for 5 days straight. Jup for another 36. You can see how many times we play Jupe. It's like a love of ours. Like we have a Jupe love affair. Look, Phantom 3L would end up going 34% out of that move. Bond, a little quick, LBP, FRR. I mean, it keeps going on. It's just like ridiculous. Anyway, that's the month. I just like going over the month. Tonight is the last day of the month. So Sushi 3L, that was a beautiful trade. Called the exact place of entry and it would boom up. That was just the other day at 9:50 at night, right? And who could have forgot my Ethereum Classic trade right there with the exact place to get in. Never made a stop loss. Would pump up 80% gains, right? I mean, YFI as well. I put in a perfect pocket. Would not go to the perfect space. Would go sideways and bounce, but would continue to boom like 80% gains out of YFI. I mean, it just... KP3R made big gains. This is the trade we put out. It would boom up, So that was an amazing trade. So it's been an amazing month. Cake I just put out the other day in a cup and handle. My baby Cake in a cup and handle. That is reminiscent of old days. 21% gains for Cake. Unify banging on them as well. Up 76%. I saw people making 3,000. All sorts of crazy percentages. And when I look at like the testimonials, I'm just happy with what I see. People just saying, I just started trading crypto. I got into watching a bunch over the years, convincing me to buy. Little did I know that they were bought by advertisers. I was hesitant joining at first, but bit by the bullet and decided to give it a chance. Turns out I learned a lot more in just 1 week compared to watching 1 year of overhyped crypto YouTubers. Thank you, Sam. Yesterday at 10:20 p.m. Life becomes easy when you're a lifer. At the start, all the charts were overwhelming, but I took the chart one chart at a time and I watched all the videos. I try to rewatch one video a day from the learning library, constantly learning new things every day. Life doesn't look so gray anymore. Thank you, sir. This guy just threw out a heart right here. Thank you. I learned a lot in 1 week in the Discord, more than even 1 year trading crypto, watching other top YouTubers. What days do bull runs start on most times, or is it random? Oh, come on, man. And honestly, a new moon, right? New moon, and Bitcoin usually dumps on a new moon. So the whole point of this was trade, date, trade, link, results. Post these trades so you remember them. And actually, I would say type, And then I would give it a rating yourself. What kind of rating do you feel it gives out of 1 to 10? How do you feel about the trade? So that's something that you want to do, all right? Give yourself an Excel spreadsheet. Start writing down these trades, putting them down, all right? STORJBTC looks like it wants to pump. I mean, Bitcoin goes down and STORJ goes sideways. This will pump hard against Bitcoin. It will. That's what a BTC pair does, okay? We talked about Phantom 3L breaking out of this. Look, it would go up 28% gains from there. Pretty crazy. Still, people are strong too. Look at people with the pump right now looking absolutely strong. Looks like it wants to go up for more. It really does. Even though it's extended now. Oh, Bitcoin, what are you going to do to us tonight? What are we going to wake up to tomorrow, Bitcoin? A nasty dump? It looks most likely we're going to take a nasty dump to the downside here for BTC. I just have to, that's what the patterns say. The patterns say bear flag to the downside. So, measured move, 22,900. All right. So don't be surprised if we go to 22.9, baby. And we begin to dump in the next few minutes. 7 and the 15 do not look good to me. When they're both high like that, we usually get a dump. So, sideways action would be absolutely lovely. I would love it. Probability is that we dump or get a short squeeze. If we don't dump, it's going to be some massive short squeeze on BitMap, on BookMap, but you never know. Shout out to the $33 in chat revenue. You people are hilarious hitting the 33. Thank you so much. I'm buffering nonstop, really. Let me make sure. Let me just check my... Did I really lose my ticker a while back and forget about it? Man. Sorry about that. I'm rusty today after a 3-hour drive. Every ascending triangle, once you have gone lower, it's always a bear flag until it isn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that. Kadena, baby. Kadena. Banging to the upside. Look, we put out a call for Kadena out of this cup and handle. 28% gains and more. Look at Kadena continuing to move. 44% gains out of Kadena. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom for Kadena. And man, what a move for Kadena. I had a limit order at 150 that did not get filled. It kind of upsets me a little bit, but what are you going to do? I personally can't hit them all either. Sometimes you don't. Still a little upset my limit order did not fill. Man, Kadena. But I had to delete the trade today when I noticed that it would have been up like 25, 30%, but not happening. Shout out to Kadena continuing to pump to the upside. Great time to take some profits or look for a flag, raise the stop loss, trail stop loss. Again, don't do anything, do whatever makes you happy. I would raise my stop loss, look for some type of trailing stop loss. That is a beautiful move for Kadena to the upside. Shout out to anyone that jumped into KDA. And that's a project that I would dollar cost average into, so. And look, we put out the call for Kadena on 7/29. KuCoin setting alerts in the 15 and the 1 hour looking bullish, right? Kadena on the radar too. My other team had it on the 26 in this falling wedge. I have it right here. Kadena, man. 614, we're looking at it too. Wow. Here's the flag here on the 29th. Bang to the upside for Kadena. You can see right where I circled that, we would never go any higher. I mean, that would be the perfect place to get in. Look at that. Bang. I was waiting for price to come down. I went right there and boom. Kadena. 17, actually even more. Let's see. So 30% gains out of Kadena. Trade was posted on 7/29 in the trading group. Wow. Exact entry with the circle, and you can see where the circle is now. I mean, can't change this, can't make it up. Kadena for massive gains. 30% gains for Kadena. Unreal. And it's a big blue chip coin too, with a lot of, it takes a lot of money to move Kadena. So that means you got a lot of people that like Kadena. All right. You changed my life. Thank you. anytime, man. Another person came in today at 9:45 and just wrote, "You changed my life. Thank you." Anytime, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Slip a tip for a sip of TA. Shout out to Gina Bombina in the game. That's annoying, sorry. Can you see Kadena? Thank you for your tea on Friday. Made gains to get by in Argentina with 10% inflation a month. The peso went down by 50%. Salary $550 a month down to $350. It's getting hard, but I will get to your group to get by. Anytime, my friend Andres, we love you, man. Do what you got to do to survive, baby. So look, I mean, Kadena on the 1 hour is in a bit of a little flag here. That could continue to pump. And that's a good DCA coin. It's a project that I believe is going to be a forefront in the game. So I could see Kadena going up a little more here to the measured move. It's got some gasolinas. 13%, almost not worth it being extended. 50 minutes a little too high. And I see bearish divergence swing up to swing up. I would be taking profits on Kadena personally. Waiting for it to flag out here on, on the bigger time frames. Cool off for a second for Kadena. Something that I'm looking at. Thank you for the 493 likes. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you for being here with the Crypto Lifer. So, Lit entry, talked about Lit breaking out. It did not went sideways, then break out. They always grab that liquidity on the low. Grind. Look at this R again, another idea I was waiting for. It would slip a little bit, but then pump back to the upside, making a bit of an M for R though. To me, it's all eyes on Bitcoin. These are those high volatile nights, 23,004. We can't get above it. Look, we have heavy resistance for Bitcoin. If the bulls can't break 23,500, expect more downside. It's simple as that. If you can't get above 23.5, expect more downside. It's simple as that. All right. So, short that gal to the downside. It's possible we may have to, So let's take a look at BTC now and the short. Let's look at a bunch of shorts and see how the shorts are looking. So just like Bitcoin, I mean, this short's in a flag. Look at this. That would be Bitcoin's dump out of the bear flag. A quick 10% wouldn't be amazing, but I'm saying it's better than losing money. So the short says that this is likely to play out. I would rather just go sideways and not get above the resistance, but, 1 hour says you're dumping, though, not to trade the short. See, it's got a bearish move there. But 15 minutes in your favor, 7 minute is likely in your favor. Yeah, I mean, that's, so this is likely to play out. Even though I don't like it, this is likely to play out. This short to the upside, all right? 99% gains on the short, this flag. You would love it if it just made an M pattern and it did a phony, breakout like this. That's Bitcoin finding some support. And we break back to the downside. So anything is possible. This would be the offset to Bitcoin dumping this, right? And all the shorts, honestly, anything that looks something like this. So the BTC shorts, I'm watching BTC on a short. I mean, this is likely to break up, 68% chance. It is what it is. Let's take a look at like Phantom 3S. It's got a double bottom. 1 hour's pushing to the downside, bearish, right? So, and you're dumping, like, see that? So that's, 15 minute wants to bounce though, but luckily, hopefully, just go sideways. But that's the thing. I mean, they're all overbeat. And if Bitcoin gets the dump, these are going to pump at least even to this area. Even if they don't really go anywhere, they just make M patterns. You're talking 17% gain. So SHIB pumping. I don't know. That's crazy. KDX V1 launch tomorrow. That's why it's pumping. Yeah, I mean, and we talked about that. If you were on my channel, I told you how to find out when coins have news. This is something we used to do all the time on the channel. You'll see it more later on. But you're going to look for when coins have news, coin calendar. Was it Coin Market Cal or something? Coin Mark Cal? Yeah, Coin Market Calendar, and then type in Kadena. And what you want to see is you want to see some news, right? So you'll look for a coin here. You'll type in KDA. Bang. Hit search that. And then it should look, the V1 launch is August 1st. And I mean, people are getting into and then usually there's going to be DeFi, meaning there's going to be a pool, there's going to be a way to get the pool, there's going to be people want to add liquidity to the pool, there's going to be ways to make money. So that's going to make people run into the coin, right? So you're looking for a double bottom here. If not, you're dropping to the downside. If you drop, I just showed you the shorts are highly likely to play to the upside. Right now, it's most likely this will happen. However, I'm not a magician, and I can't tell you exactly for 100% sure what's going to happen. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say should be taken as financial advice. It is Sunday night into Monday. I tend not to go hard on trades. I'm not going to pump in thousands of trades into the charts on this type of night. It's like Thursday night, Wednesday night, I'm going to be more, heavy with the charting. Tonight where I watch the market, I want to see what Bitcoin does first before I start swinging around. I want to see the levels for Bitcoin. However, I'm macro bullish. I like what we're looking at on the bigger time frames. The 2-week, the weekly are starting to turn bullish for us. It's a very big sign for Bitcoin and the rest of the market. If we can stay above that 200-day moving average, I'm going to be a happy man for Bitcoin. So right now we're waiting for Bitcoin to either make a double bottom or dump to the downside. We do see a move to the downside of some type. How bad it is going to be the mitigating circumstance tonight. So hopefully it's not too bad. We get the double bottom or go sideways. We're going to watch the 15-minute time frame and the 7 in tandem. They're going to be the two time frames that show you where Bitcoin can go. Measured move would take you to 22,800 for BTC. All right. And look at my baby waves. I just talked about waves just the other day, did I not? I put it here in the buy zone for waves. So this isn't luck. You don't hit this many trades by being lucky. Luck is being prepared and working all day long, always being there at the right time. And look at that buy zone for waves as it pumped to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. Waves just getting some love. 18% gains for waves. And honestly, it could start making its way to the upside. The 4-hour looks beautiful. The 1-hour has momentum. 15-minute is going off. So look, you never chase a green candle. All right. What you do now is you can space out waves and just hope it makes a bit of a flag on the 15. Cools off here on the stochastics RSI. And when that happens, I put an alert here. That's my alert system with projection. That'll keep you from running in when you shouldn't. Wait for that to fill out. If that does fill out, touches the 21-day moving average, and then Waves has some gains. Waves making serious moves right now. 629, banging on them to the upside. Hey, Lifer, can you open 3D chart Bitcoin? Open a fib from November 17th to November. No, I would love to, but not happening. Yeah, appreciate it, but I don't like do other people's demands of TA. Yeah. Don't short waves. Sorry. We talked about Bake. Bake was looking pretty bullish today too. But with Bitcoin, it can't seem to get above. It did try to break out. It's in like this bullish megaphone. Bake looks super bullish on the 4-hour. Looks bullish on the 1-hour. And it even looked bullish on the daily with some momentum. Getting a little overbought now though. Do you trade Forex? Never. I sold my SHIB to make a bond. You're funny. It's one of those patterns that got like completely wrecked, and it's like hard for me to see it now, you know? End of the day, bond is in this little Nice little structure here. It did get beat to the ground. It's kind of time to pick up the pieces for Bond. I don't like the way the chart is, though. It's like I can't seem to get the real chart for Bond. When this does happen, I just go to 3 commas and I use the Bond chart on 3 commas. It's the easiest, best workaround you can have. Weekly chart looking just like it did before the last dump for Bitcoin, is what you're saying. I completely disagree. Let's see, I mean, I see what you're saying, like we pump up and then, I'll tell you what though, the 2-week wasn't so beaten battered at that point. The 2-week was actually hot, getting, like, yeah, the 2-week was like, I guess you're right, 2-week was in the same place too. Almost have to get, well, we got above the resistance on the 2-week chart. Interesting. This is how I'm playing it. Watching these levels in the 4-hour. So far, that 4-hour candle is bouncing up to the upside pretty nicely. It's an ugly pattern, though. And, like, only time will tell. And it looks like it's going to be a liquidation mess, in my humble opinion. Levels to watch for Bitcoin if we drop 22.8, 21.9, and 20,700. Also, I'd love it if we bounce at the bottom of this channel if we do have to drop to the downside, right? How will you find out if we're going to drop? Sit on that 15 and watch this bear flag and hope to gosh name that we don't dump. Although it's more likely that we do, like so. To me, it looks like a bear flag. Looks like it's beginning as we speak. Measured move, look, the length of the pole. Back to about 22,923K. If we bounce off this lower area, that would be great. That's another node, and this is my green zone that I believe that's our first area of support. So that would coincide with my measured move. Would make sense. That would reset the 15. Then we would be ready to go on the 15, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and we could finally get a bit of a pump. So anything is possible. Stay focused. 19,005 is the worst case scenario in my opinion. Let's see where the DXY does tomorrow and Bitcoin dominance. I agree. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and let's take a look at the Dow futures. What are they doing right now? That's going to tell us a lot as well. Let's look at ES1 that front runs Bitcoin slightly by maybe a couple minutes. The S&P ES1 futures. So look, they're pushing up on the 15-minute, but getting a little bearish. They did break out, but they're trying to push up with not a lot of movement. So the bear flag there is the same. So you can see the same kind of thing going on here in this like real ugly kind of wedge thing going on. So 1 hour oversold, wants to point down, but we could dump. Wow, see, that's not a good sign. So the 4 hour for the S&P wants to dump, even though the 4 hour for Bitcoin wants to pump. Could they finally uncorrelate? For now, they've been correlated, so that's kind of sketchy. That tells me that Bitcoin's going to dump. Like, that doesn't look good. That's weird. That Bitcoin is low on the 4 hour. Like, if you look at Bitcoin, it's you know, but it could just continue to dump down here and take the pain. So the S&P pushing down on Bitcoin. Are we decoupling? As Bitcoin is pumping, are we getting the short squeeze? A little bit right now. It's not big enough, but we are getting it. Looks like we're hitting the tip of liquidity now. It's way thinner here. It's like we're going to grab as much as we can and then dump to the downside. It's like one last little punch up and then we're up. We're done. So that's why it's all about this 15-minute. Can we break out of here? I don't make a move until the 15-minute shows me signs of life here. Has to reset all the way down and get ready for another pump and not break too high, too low. Sketchy trading Sunday night into Monday morning. I'm telling you right now, sketchy trading Sunday night. I always say this every week. I sound like a broken record. Always be careful trading Sunday night into Monday morning. All right. Everyone, I'm out for the night. I'm exhausted. Had a long ride. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me take a look if I didn't miss a super chat here. I sold 15 minutes of my life for cryptolifer to read Gina Balmina come in on 1-inch NFA. You're funny. Bitcoin dominance is down, but major alts haven't moved. Weird weekend price action. Oof, wow. I did a lot of loss already. I'm selling my YFI and loss. Even that is not helping. Sounds like you're over trading, my man. You need to chill out and stop trading on a Sunday. Sunday is not the best day to trade. I would not open up tons of trades on Sunday. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't do anything I tell you to do. Do whatever. I won't tell you what to do, but don't do anything you hear any YouTuber say on YouTube. Good night, Sam. Thank you for checking out my ideas, and thank you for all your hard work. The DXY isn't looking so good. Let's take a look at the DXY real quick. The Dixie. Yes and no. I mean, the 15-minute wants to pump, but hopefully it doesn't pump too much. It just kind of goes nil. 1 hour actually wants to pump, just like Bitcoin, which is kind of whack. And the 4 hours also low, just like Bitcoin, which is kind of strange. What, are they going to pump together? The daily's super low while Bitcoin's super high. It's not a good sign for Bitcoin. Suggests that we will get a nice pump for the DXY and a dump for Bitcoin. So I'd be very, very careful. That doesn't look good. So sketchy right there. All right. I also don't like what I'm seeing here. This is strange. I mean, what we want to see is this dump. And we want to see a nice dump out of here to the downside. I'll be honest. I don't see some great. It's not the best signs right now. I'm seeing a lot of weird, indecisive movement here. Bit of a diamond to the upside. You see? A reversal diamond, just like Bitcoin's in the diamond to the downside. Doge and the SHIB, the last pumps. I don't know, man. Shiba is pumping. Really? SHIB. Wow, massive pump for SHIB. That's crazy. Not massive, but, you know. It's been in a slight little bit of a trend here. Inverted head and shoulder eventually for SHIB. Doesn't get my goat right now, I'll be honest, though. It's just SHIB. Filecoin's been hot. Like, Filecoin's been hot. My team was all over that. And look, we talked about it. Look at that thing banging on him. I put in this little flag and said, I believe this thing could pump on you. Look at that. 33% and more. Look at that. That's crazy. I'm telling you, I'm sitting at my computer earlier today and I see my team on Filecoin. And look, I posted it here. Posted this like strange flag. I believe last night on the live. What time was it? The 31st? No, let's see here. I'm just sitting there drawing this because I'm like, you know what? Even though it fell out of the pattern, looks like it could still be in the pattern. Even though it was like the strangest, you know, it would fall out a little lower. See that? And I guess this would eventually be that was ugly. I'll be honest when I drew it. But I was like, man, this thing could keep going. I saw this. I'll show you. Because all we had to go on was like this at first. I know, at first it looked strange. I'll be like, why would you? But this is all I had. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it's like trying to come back in, you know? Then I had this measured move. I was like, man, this thing looks like it could do some damage. Filecoin could continue. And then the 15-minute was super low. I said, man, this thing could just continue. 1 hour's resetting, right? 4 hour was a little high, you know, not in your favor. But it was on my radar. And then bang. Someone else. Look, actually right here it starts to go into like a bull flag here. Bull pennant. Kind of symmetrical triangle. And then bang, bang, bang. Filecoin with an explosive move. And one of the traders in my group called it. She's like, Filecoin's gonna pump. I called it on the daily. She was in it down here. This thing, massive move for Filecoin. So my trading group is mean. They're vicious. They're savages. They're all over this. I'm exhausted tonight, everybody. So sorry. Not every day is going to be super awesome for me. Today I am tired. I have to be honest. I usually don't admit that. I am just so tired. Long day. I got to be a dad, too. I got kids, you know. Alts, DCA into Bitcoin. No, rest Sam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We have a big week ahead of us tomorrow. We have a huge week. All right. Oh, one thing I got to do, I want to look at my futures market, too. So I didn't like what I see for the S&P at all. Sad to say. Dow futures down 100. S&P futures down 14. Not a good look so far for a Monday morning, you know, especially with the news and the week and just the nastiness. And that 4 hours looming on me right now. I don't like seeing that. That's not good. However, we did punch and we got above some big zones, you know. 1 hour's oversold. Can we get a bounce when we wake up in the morning? There's a chance we can. I could be optimistic for a bit of a retest possibly and a move back to the upside. However, the 15 minutes looming for a nasty dump tonight. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Again, I've gone over Bitcoin until I'm blue in the face. It's confusing tonight. I'll be honest. It's one of those nights that has very indecisiveness where I would slow my roll and not force any trades. I go to the 1 hour. I go to the 15, and I'd be watching this flag here. And we just got rejected again with a wick to the downside. I would not be surprised if this dumped. And I already talked about Bitcoin 3S as the possible move, and whatever 3S token you want, DOT 3S, Phantom 3S, Matic 3S, anything with a 3S will play. All right? So shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Peace. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Have a good night. Be safe.